Hello everybody, my name is Stefan and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR 25 Career Mode. We are on episode number 12 now, and our third episode of our Truck Series career. Once again, we're just doing two races today. Starting off with Bristol, showed you the new paint schemes for our new sponsor, DQS Solutions, at the beginning there. And right here I realized after the fact that I had my microphone recording. So if you hear like weird static and like clicking in the background, that's because I had my microphone on. I was being stupid. Yeah, we get into the wall in practice. This truck was not fully upgraded, but it had level 4 parts on it. So I was like, oh, it'll be fine. You know, it's not fully there, but it's still there to a good point, you know? If that makes any sense at all. But, okay, I was like, it's a little worrying that the truck is not really turning and not like I can't put the throttle all the way down in the middle of the corner. I thought that was a little strange, and as soon as I got into the race, I knew immediately that I made a mistake. And this time, I actually didn't run the race multiple times. Like, I had to run the beginning of Homestead a couple times. I had to run Atlanta like 6 or 8 times, trying to figure out like what was going on with my setup, and I had to look up like if it was just me having those issues, right? But this one I just kind of let play out because I was like, oh, it's probably because my suspension is like at 30% compared to everything else, even though it's level 4, so it's fine. It really was. I was like, you know what? It was my fault anyway. If I finished dead last, I finished dead last. But we actually qualified pretty well. Just outside of the top 20, we miss out. But yeah, almost immediately start dropping back. Oh my god, it was so bad. Like the fact that I was getting outran by a couple of these guys while also on level 4 parts. Like, I'm getting passed by Brian Doza of all people. All respect to Brian Doza, but at Bristol, really? We just won 2 straight races and I'm getting passed by Brian Doza on speed at Bristol. So it's not looking good already, but I was like, you know what, I'll just wait until the stage break and try and fix some things. Also, I apologize for the freezing. Once again, I'm having freezing issues. It's really annoying, but I don't know what it is. So I'm still trying to diagnose it. Might just be the fact that my computer doesn't have the best processing system of all time, but I digress. We finished dead last in stage 1. Starting to get Atlanta flashbacks already, but try to, you know, we're already back here, so might as well take as much good stuff as we can. Alter the track bar a little bit, or the wedge, sorry, not the track bar. And we immediately start, like, the truck feels better. We're able to roll the middle of the corner finally without having to hit the brakes on entry. And it's still having to feather the brakes just a little bit, but we're able to actually hang with the drivers back here. So I was like, okay, if we can get them on pit strategy again. I know what I said about pit strategy last episode and how I didn't want to do that every single time. But in this situation, I was like, okay, I can get something going here. If I manage to get enough cars on this next run, I might be able to pull something off in the final stage. If nobody pits. And, you know, it's NASCAR 25 AI, so I'm sure you can predict what happened in that regard. But regardless, we actually end up passing quite a few people here. Up behind Corey Roper and right in front of us, Frankie Muniz spins out. Great wreck avoidance here by UISA. We get to the bottom and we finish 28th in stage 2. A very big improvement, almost 10 spots up from where we were in stage 1. Actually able to pass some people on speed this time. And we do not pit because, you know, we still have good tires. And we go 4 wide on the restart. Timmy Hill goes underneath me, Josh Rayom, and somebody else on the top there as well. But right now I'm just hanging in there, trying to hang with these guys in front here, just sending it into the corners really far. Almost get into the side of Matt Crafton. I think I stuffed Stewart into the wall there a little bit on exit. Almost pulled a reverse of what he did in, what year was that, 2024? Him and Nick Sanchez. That was a very random reference, but shout out to you if you remember that. We get to the bottom of Jack Wood here. Make some contact with him, shove him up the racetrack. Get her going up into the top 25. We scratch our way back inside the top 25, and a crash happens in front of us. Like a half spin.
Need to adjust the stop.
And in this case, we actually take half a can of fuel, take 4 tires, keep the wedge the same, and along we go. And this time, the improvements are very noticeable. We're able to get to essentially where we were in just a few laps, and we still got quite a few left to go, and already we've got another accident in front, which was barely an accident. I think Daniel Hemrick just got squeezed into the wall. He never really went around, so I don't know what the caution was for, but we take those bunches of field back up, and we're able to get a few more off the restart. And just riddle me this. Who do you think is going to win this race right now? Is it any of those guys in front? Because if you'll see in the mirror here, you see that truck with a white hood that's coming up behind us really, really fast right now? I wonder who that is. I wonder. Well, guess who it is? It's Spencer Boyd, who also decided to take 4 tires on the last stop. And we're moving up at essentially the same rate, but right here I made a mistake. I get up the track into the side of the 18. I have to let off the gas so that I don't wreck, and that allows the 76 to get right by me. And look at this. He's going 3 wide on the bottom. Passes both of those trucks on speed, gets down to the bottom, and then shoots the middle on the 07. Kyle Larson and Corey Heim, arguably 2 of the best drivers in this series last year, takes the lead and does not look back. And we're busy battling for a spot inside the top 5. But Spencer Boyd takes home the victory. We finish 4th, and how about that for Freedom Racing Enterprises, and Spencer Boyd manages to finish inside the top 10, the only other driver to take 4 tires on that last caution. So, once again, consistency literally does nothing in this game. That was a AI pit strategy being stupid again and letting literally the last car on the track at the time get all the way up to the front and win the race, which is amazing, don't get me wrong. But here you see a couple of the wrecks. That's 2 straight races where Raja Karuth got in a wreck. Or no, 2 out of 3 races where he got in a wreck. And there you see the 19 truck gets into the wall. Manages to save it for the most part, but that was what the caution was for. And yeah, a couple little shots at me there. Lawless Allen congratulating me on the win. Thank you, Lawless. I appreciate it. And yeah, honestly, pretty successful for what the race started out as. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be finishing like 20th to 28th every single stage, and then I got down into stage 1 and I was like, okay, we're gonna be finishing dead last 3 stages in a row. But once again, the pit strategy plays off, and we're able to rattle off yet another top 5 finish, our 3rd straight. And yeah, honestly, pretty fruitful day. Bristol has been one of those tracks that's kind of hit or miss for me. I think I won it 3 times in ARCA, and then the one time that I didn't, I was like dead last. Mostly because I was on low parts, but, you know. And next up is Rockingham. So we head to the Carolinas, and we managed to put down a fast lap almost immediately, and we finish 1st in the practice session. So once again, that's a good sign. Obviously, this is our best truck that we're running right now, but that's still a good sign, okay? We go out there into qualifying, put it inside the podium places, manage to get our goal, obviously. And Lane Riggs puts it on the pole. Really nice job by him. And once again, hopefully we get another... well, I know what happens, but at this point I was hoping we get another like weird fluky win or like fluky top 5, top 10 run by some random guy from the back, but we'll have to see how that goes. We start off in the pink monster
Outside now.
and send it really far into the corner there. Almost took out the 98 truck. I apologize, Ty Majeski's AI. That was my bad.
10 to go.
And we do the switchback on Corey Heim, get to the inside of him as we head down into corner number 1. Slide by him on the bottom. Here comes Lane Riggs up to block me as we head down the back straightaway. Right to the back end of him. Pull to the inside. He tries to block me on the entry to the corner and actually works. But the truck is really too fast. Like, this thing was hooked up, man, I'm telling you. Especially at the beginning of the runs. It was really good on the new tires, on the fresh tires. And we get to the back of Lane Riggs, down to the bottom. Switchback move to the inside. Get the lead for a second. And, yeah, we don't look back from there. Take home our second career stage victory. And in pretty dominant fashion, honestly. Over William Sawalich, who finishes second. Grant Enfinger, third. Nice run by him. And we do not pit because we don't really need to. The second stage is going to be the same amount of laps, and I didn't really feel like the truck was driving any worse. And, of course, I was immediately proven wrong when I lost all my momentum down the back straightaway. Nearly got put 3 wide here. Get really tight off of turn 4 into the side of the one truck there for a second. We're side by side headed down into 1. I had to brake a lot heavier than I wanted to there.
Great job. You got the lead.
But we retake the lead nonetheless down the back straightaway here. Side by side with him. Head down to the braking zone. And all of a sudden we're 3 wide. Coming back across the start-finish line.
We'll get the lead back.
Barely don't lead that lap. And then I'm like, okay, I can get the run around the outside here. Which I do. Headed down the back straightaway. Seeing if I can send it in there and just let the thing turn by itself. But once again, the 11 is just sticking there on my door. But I get the run out of turn 4. Managed to clear him down the front stretch. And then right there, I missed my braking point by just a little bit, and that absolutely killed my momentum. I went up into the wall, bounced off the 11 truck, and yeah, from there it was pretty much over for my chances of trying to get the stage win here. I was right up behind Corey, pulling to the inside of him. Once again, because the tires were starting to wear out, I was having to brake a little bit earlier. And I was noticing that the truck wasn't turning as well, so I did an accidental, I swear to God it was accidental, pit strategy move here. Because I was like, surely they pit. But I didn't read the thing that was like running order, so I was assuming that everyone would pit because there was a few laps left and my tires were already at like 60% almost. But of course nobody did because the AI is stupid in this game. But we adjust the wedge just a little bit to make it a little bit tighter. It was getting a little bit loose out of the corners on the once the tires got a little bit of heat in them. And for like the 4th straight race, we have to do one of those things where we scythe through the field and try not to kill anybody. And to be honest with you, it didn't really work. This time we go up the middle here, have to let off the gas a little bit. On entry to the corner, I tried to get to the bottom of the 2 truck there, but I hit the white line and got hooked on the 76 truck, and he ends up going around hard into the inside wall. That'll bring the caution out. My mistake.
Inside door. Clear high.
And we almost get into the 71 there a little bit. And look who this is. This is Jason Alexander, and at the time, I had no idea I was getting put 4 wide there, 1. And 2, he was on the same strategy as me, and he actually had better tires than me. So, once again, we have a driver or 2, it was actually him and Clay Greenfield, that took 4 tires on that last caution, and were able to move their way up through the field. And right here, you can see, already Jason Alexander moving up inside the top 10. I get a huge run out of turn 4, get to the inside of both him and the 81 truck as we send it down in there. Get right to the back end of Grant Enfinger. Get a little bit loose off the corner. Actually, it sticks pretty well there. And you can see Jason Alexander, how fast that truck is, despite him being in one of the worst rated drivers in the game, and also one of the worst rated trucks. I'm pretty sure Floridian Motorsports only raced for like a season, and it wasn't even full time. So shout out to them for getting up here. But battling for a spot inside the top 5 with Gio Ruggiero. get up the track a little bit, get really tight in the middle of the corner, get into the 17 just a little bit here. I'm trying to stick with him. He drives in the side of me, understandably not too happy. Right there, once again, I got panicked, got into the side of him. Honestly, really impressed that the AI didn't spin out there. And then Grant Enfinger just decided to run into the side of me because why not? And right now, I'm like, okay, this guy has a little bit better tires than me. I'm just going to try and help him as best as I can get up to the front. We're coming back to the white flag, but we're much faster than those trucks in front of us. I was thinking, can I get 2 in a row? Can I get 2 cool winners in a row? We get to the back end of Jason Alexander, push him down into turn 1. Luckily, we don't get him loose or anything like that. He takes the bump draft like an absolute champ, goes to the outside line. Smart AI. We push him down the backstretch, gets by William Sawalich, goes to the outside of Ty Majeski, and now there's just one truck in his way, and that is Corey Heim, but we're not going to have enough time to do it. We come across the line in third, push Jason Alexander to a unbelievable second place finish. And yeah, take a look at that. Clay Greenfield also managed to come home 8th after pulling that late pit strategy. So how about that? Once again, we get another couple of really cool people inside the top 10. Very nice to see that. And there you can see the rest of your finishing order. And here's a look at the replay. This is me in stage 2 at the beginning, getting way wide into the outside wall, bang off the wall into Corey Heim. Another look at it. Just get out of the groove. Shout out Eric Eastep. And smash into the side of the 11 truck. 3 wide on the bottom on one of the stage 3 restarts. Or actually the first stage 3 restart. And get into the 76 there. Once again, that was entirely my fault. And we're 3 wide up the middle in between the 44, 52, almost into the side of the 71. And here comes the 21, shot out of a cannon, up the inside, up the middle. We're 4 wide. I'm getting hit by a bunch of trucks, pinballing off a couple of them. I just have to hit the brakes and say, you know what, maybe this isn't my fight. But I ended up getting the better of all of them. We got a huge run out of the corner. Managed to pass. That's now 6 trucks down before we get into turn number 1. Here's my contact with the 17. Entirely self-inflicted once again. I'm my own worst enemy, whatever you want to say. Get into the back of the 17 truck. Once again, very impressive that he was able to save that. And the 9 truck as well. So we come out of the day with pretty good rep for everything. Caleb Costner, buddy from ARCA, had some rivalries with him when I was running 35th and also when I was trying to go around him as a lap car. But appreciate the nice words from his AI. And we finish top 5 for the 4th straight race. Once again, a great run, and our parts are bad. And we get a Dale Jr. thing, which was essentially just saying you get to star in a movie, which is really cool, but I didn't think it was like worth watching. If you want to go watch it, watch somebody else's like playthrough. I didn't want to go through the entire thing. That would be like a quarter of this video's runtime. But you can see we're in 2nd place in the points. We have more top 10s than Corey Heim right now, and just as many wins. Unbelievable. And you can see the rest of the people there inside the playoffs so far. Jason Alexander, 2 top 5s on the year. How about that? But thank you guys so much for watching, and see you